Oh, hi. So, a little bit different of a video. I've always tried to be straightforward and honest on this channel, and have some fun, and the ins and outs of how to stay emotionally stable during a job like this, and what it requires of you to travel and things like that. And but no matter what's going on, I mean, we do live in this world that we live in, and where individualism and personal journeys and decisions for well-being don't really matter much. So what am I talking about? For anyone coming into this industry, you need to be aware of something, and is that no matter what your state's regulations are on vaccines, no matter what you feel about it, it is something that we will all in this industry have to decide. If you're against getting vaccinated, then your career won't be long in this industry. So I'm being told that I have to get vaccinated by December 8th, or I won't be allowed on the sites. The thing is that I'm in Texas, and the company I work for is in Texas, and there are no mandates as far as our state is concerned, but my company has their hands tied because the sites that we work on are federally owned by federal companies, or worldwide companies, and are international companies, I should say. And they have put this upon us, and they've given us a deadline. And so it's not my company that's doing this. It's people who actually own the sites. And if I don't get vaccinated, or anybody that chooses not to get vaccinated, won't necessarily lose your job, but you won't be of any value to them because you won't even be allowed on site. I'm not happy about this. I don't like what's going on in the world. I don't really ever get political on this channel. It has really, I try to keep it as far away from things like that. Those kinds of conversations I can have in my own time. I don't really trust what's a lot of what's going on in this world, and the way that we're being the way it's being communicated to us, and kind of forced upon us. I also don't think that my voice really matters at this particular time, or on this particular topic. So I've made my decision to go ahead and comply, and that's what I'm about to do. So I'm about to get my vaccination. However you feel about it, maybe you're someone that's already gotten it. Maybe you're someone that's pro-vax, all this stuff. I mean, and you know what, I am too. All power to you if you want to do it. But I mean, the fact that the choice is being taken away from us, it's either do this thing or you cannot work anymore. I think that's a little messed up. But again, that's just my opinion, my voice on that, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna have to do what I have to do in order to keep my job and to stay on this path and this new journey that I've put myself on, and that I'm still very excited about. But I mean, I felt like, some of the people that I have, reached on this channel, you should know about this, that this is coming your way. And this is not a company thing. The company you might get a job at, just like mine, they're not pushing it. They're not pushing it at all. My company is not making me do this. They're not giving me this ultimatum. It is the very sites that we are in contract to work on that are doing this. And so comply or get out. And so it doesn't matter if I was, if it was my company, some people would say, oh, well, I'll just go find a job somewhere else in another company doing the same kind of stuff, maybe, or something like that. But I mean, the thing is that these international companies are, that own the actual sites and that provide us all the work. They're the ones that say we can't be out there unless we are vaccinated. And so there you go. And I'll tell you this, I've went over it many times in my head. And again, I'm not trying to be political at all. I just don't like being told I have to do something that I don't feel that I need to do. And whatever your opinion on that is, that's great. I just don't really like a lot of things happening in the world right now. And it's a little scary to see where this might go. Am I afraid of the vaccine? No, not really. I don't like some of the side effects that, if you just dig a little bit on Google or whatever, you will find people are having some adverse effects to some of these things. And the fact that you can just walk in anywhere and get it without having a doctor there to tell you if you can or what they suggest or whatever is just beyond me. But again, who am I, right? I don't like this. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. And I'll just, hopefully nothing negative happens. And hopefully, after all this, in a year from now, things will quiet down and change. But for now, I cannot afford to not do this. So if you have any objections, just know that is coming to you. It's coming for us all. I think today's November 4th, and this administration that we're under just mandated, I think, all businesses by January 4th, something like that. Anyway, again, I don't want to get into all that right here. This is just me giving everybody an update that watches this channel, that's getting into this career, getting into this industry, going to school for it, whatever, that this is something that is happening, and there's really no avoiding it. And again, if you're very pro and you want to do it, all power to you. I love the fact that we were able to get a vaccine out so quickly, and that people had the option of taking it, if they felt like they needed it. And just depending on whatever rabbit hole you find yourself going down on Google, on YouTube, or whatever you can find and whatever you believe, everybody's going to have their pros and cons on and all this stuff. For me, it always just came down to, do I think I need it? And do I think that it should be a decision that I make? Sure. But I mean, this world has already shown us in the last couple of years that you get ostracized and pushed away and into corners, dark corners, if you don't comply. And I knew this was a possibility. Even getting into the industry, I mean, it's been a part of conversation at school since I started in this company. We knew something like this was coming, but we're just kind of waiting it out to see if maybe the bigger situation would actually kind of quiet down, and maybe it wouldn't be something that was forced upon us. But here I am, again, this is not me making some political statement. I think I've already said enough to where, you know, you can kind of tell where my morals lie on it. And whatever, if that triggers some people to think of me a certain way or something like that, then cool. But I just feel like personal choice is and independence and freedom and all that stuff is something that should be celebrated in this country, and instead it's being turned against us. And I think that most people that shout out and fight for these things, or try to stand up for those principles, are now being like I said, pushed into corners and ostracized. And it's just not a good direction for us to go as a nation, as human beings, as whatever. But I'm going to do the responsible thing for myself, and I'm going to get the shot. And hopefully there won't be a lot of adverse effects. But I hope that, more importantly, that this is the end of it, and they'll just leave me alone. Leave us all alone. Let us get back to life. This is the price. And hopefully I can look back on this in many, 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 many years and say I did the right thing to continue on my journey to take care of myself and my kids and my loved ones. But again, I hope that whoever is watching this just understands that this is something that will come your way. And probably any industry and any job that you get. So just be prepared and try to understand, again, as I always say, why you're out here. Don't forget why you're doing this. And I have thought about it and gone over and over and over in my head since I got this news. And my conclusion is that I need to remember why I'm here and why I'm doing this. And this is just the next step of the process. So this is Ben signing out. I'm going to go get the stab. So I thought you guys should know. All right, well, bye-bye.